morning. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a lot I'd like to share with you. I'm so glad that you took some time out of your busy schedule to join me. Thank you. I'm so excited that you're here. I wanted to share some things with you today about overwhelm. It is such a common thing that happens for entrepreneurs. Whether you're newly into business or been in business for a while, overwhelm shows up all the time. One of the problems with overwhelm is the way that it makes us feel. As defined, overwhelm is too much of anything. So, the problem that entrepreneurs have is that overwhelm can steal their dreams. It really keeps them from being effective because of the way that it feels. When you hear yourself saying, I don't have enough time, I don't know what I'm going to do, I don't know how I'm going to handle all of this, well, you're starting to be into overwhelm. If you're newly into business, you have a lot to do. There's a lot already on your plate. Your to-do list is long, and it's getting longer by the minute. If you've been in business for a while, you may have an employee quit, or maybe you're growing so fast you need a new employee. You're adding more things onto your to-do list. So I wanted to give you some really easy tactics that you can use to combat overwhelm. I'm Lorna Whitaker. I'm a small business consultant. I'm a coach. I'm a financial skills trainer, and I'm a small business growth expert. I love entrepreneurs. They make a difference in the world. In fact, they're changing the planet. And one of the really great things about entrepreneurs is that when they have enough, they are so generous with both their time and their money. If you'd like to know more about what I do, please join my group From Survive to Thrive. It's really about taking you out of the place of being stuck and not having enough money and going into that place where you have enough in your business to share with others. So I want to get started today on talking to you about the 5 tactics that you can use easily, simply, every single day to make overwhelm something that doesn't stop you in your tracks. I developed an acronym for this. It's the word CAUSE, C-A-U-S-E. Why? Because we cause our future. We cause where we want to go. We're in charge of this. We drive this. So what is it that you need to know about how the 5 tactics work? So the first one is C for clarity. One of the challenges that people have is that overwhelm causes them to be indecisive. They start going, I have too much to do. I don't know where to start. If that's something that you hear yourself say, you're in full-blown overwhelm. So what do we do about clarity? Well, when we're indecisive, you can look in 4 places to decide what needs your attention. Stephen Covey did a book a number of years ago called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Great book. Millions and millions of copies were sold. If you've ever read that book, why don't you put in the comments that you read the book? One of the things that they discovered when they went back is that they found out that people were more effective. They had these great habits in place, but not very many of them were able to say that they were happy. And when we talk about business owners, we want you to be happy in your personal life. That's having a business that you love. And you want your business to be something that you really enjoy. That's having a business that you love. And my purpose and intention for you is to have both, to have it all, a business and a life you love. So they found that when you look in the 4 quadrants, when you're balanced in those, you are living in a place of joy. So one of the quadrants is financial health and physical health. And you would look in that quadrant. The other another quadrant is relationships. So this would be personal and business relationships. These are, in fact, critical to our overall sense of well-being and satisfaction in our life. Business relationships are going to be that customer care piece. It's not your marketing piece. It is how you take care of your customers, how you're building those relationships. And of course, with your personal relationships, very, very important that you spend time there. Another one is learning. And business owners are lifelong learners. They are lifelong learners. They're curious about the world. They're curious about people. They love what they do, and they're lifelong learners. And then you have the legacy, the giving back piece. And this is something that is absolutely key for entrepreneurs. They give back in a big way. But when you're looking at clarity, what you would notice is a sense of being out of balance. If you're out of balance, then look at these 4 quadrants and say, where am I out of balance? So then once you've decided that piece, that's the clarity piece, you go into action. And every one of you knows that action is what drives success, what it drives results. But again, we get into this place of, I've got too much to do. That overwhelm is just keeping me from being proactive and taking action. I feel very stuck. I feel very stopped. If that's you, well, then what can you do about it? It's super, super simple. It's the 1, 2, 3 that I do every single day, maybe even multiple times a day. It's have to, need to, want to. The have to piece are those things in your life that are most urgent. Maybe it's something that you've not been getting done and you know that it needs to be done. Put it on the first of your list. It's my have to piece. Need to pieces they have less urgency about them, but they're things that really remain important. You can break those down into multiple pieces and take care of them one at a time. A need to item is guaranteed to become a have to if you don't work on it. And a want to? A want to, this is for you. You should have at least one want to item on your to-do list every single day. Whether it's sitting down and having a cup of coffee in the morning, which is what I like to do, with a piece of toast. Maybe it's making a phone call and talking to a friend. Maybe it's calling one of your children or having some time for dinner or for lunch or for a coffee out. Maybe it's painting. I have a client who feels like she never seems to set enough time for her painting. So look at your want tos. Where would you like to be spending more of your time? And that's how you're going to start creating a life that you love. The next piece on the 5 tactics is going to be the U for upgrade. If you hear yourself saying, I don't know how to, then you have an upgrade piece. I don't know how to use QuickBooks. I don't know how to use Facebook. I don't know how to do marketing. I don't know how to do sales. When you have any of those pieces in place, that's a time to say, okay, enough is enough. Enough is enough. I'm going to take care of this. And that becomes a new clarity piece with an action component to it. So when you have those pieces in place, maybe you can just breeze by it. So you go clarity. What am I going to work on? Action. What am I going to do about it? Upgrade. Nope, all good. I know how to do this. And then you go into structure. Structure is that piece that allows us to stay accountable. It is actually one of those pieces that you may have rattling around inside your head where you've not actually put something on your calendar. So how are you going to take care of your action items? What can I do about this? So use a calendar. Block out some time. Maybe have some theme days. Maybe one day a week you do your marketing. Maybe another day of the week you handle your bookkeeping and your accounting. Maybe another day you set aside some time to do customer care. Your structures can be built into 15-minute chunks, half-hour chunks, 1-hour chunks. Be sure to put anything that needs your attention, for example, like annual reminders and quarterly reminders, get them on your calendar. Get them out of your head so you don't worry about them. Know that it's time for them to be done, they will show up. One of the pieces that's important here with structure is that entrepreneurs regularly put themselves last on the list. So they make an agreement with themselves to do their bookkeeping, and then the time shows up on their calendar to do it, and they go, no, I've got something else to do. I've got something else to do. Well, that can be a problem for you. If you have to push an appointment, you actually need to physically move it on your calendar to another time. Be sure to move it because that reduces the stress for you. Now, the calendar is an important tool. Task lists are important, but you have to keep those agreements with yourself. One of the beautiful things about being an entrepreneur, about having a business of your own, is your relationship with your boss. That'd be you. If you really need to have some flexibility with your time, you give yourself permission to do that. That's how another way that you have a life that you love. If at the last minute a friend calls and says, would you like to go to lunch? You get to say, you know what? I've looked at my schedule and I'm good. I'll join you. Super, super an important way of having a life that you love. But what if you find that you're not being really accountable to yourself? What if you find you're procrastinating, that you're resisting doing stuff? Okay, I've got a tip for that, and we'll get to that in just a minute. The resistance, overwhelm, all of those things are emotional. Those are emotional responses to doing things and pulling yourself forward for causing your life. Every single one of us has them. They have an emotional conversation about what they're doing. And overwhelm is a big one. I don't have enough time. You start questioning why you even have a business. You begin to feel so stressed and worried and upset. I want you to acknowledge those. Acknowledge what you're feeling, but go back to what you want to accomplish and why you're doing this, your cause, your action, and how you're going to make sure that you're going to hold yourself accountable. And then I want to give you the number one tip. This is the number one thing that you can do every single day to beat back overwhelm. It's eat the frog first. This little tip was attributed to Mark Twain. I'm not sure that it belongs to him. But what it really says is that the difficult things you keep putting off. It's going to take me too much time. I'm not going to be able to get it done. Well, you've heard the adage, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Well, the first bite is going to be the frog. Do the thing that is giving you the most difficulty or keeping you stopped or you keep putting aside. Because when you do that first thing in your day, if that is your first have to for the day, you are going to feel empowered. You're going to feel strong. You're going to feel capable. You're going to feel competent. You're going to be able to easily move forward with everything else on your to-do list for the day. It's a funny phenomenon, but I guarantee that it works, and it works consistently. So I want to do a little bit of a recap for you. The 5 tactics to having overwhelm in its place, knowing that it's normal, it's always going to show up, but going to feel confident about dealing with it, is it's going to be cause, clarity. Where are my issues? What do I need to attend to? Which quadrant is it in? Is it my financial health? Is it my relationships? Am I spending too much time learning how to do things on my own? Maybe I should go out and get some help on that. I love that. I think it's law number 52, rule number 52 out of Zombieland. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Get some help. So if you're spending too much time in that learning quadrant, get some help with that. And then your legacy for giving back. Remember that every single day is based on a have to, need to, want to conversation. That list should probably have no more than 6 items on it at any given time that you're really going to focus on, because you can only do one thing at a time anyway. So figure out how you're going to plan your day so you can move through things quickly, be ready to be ready if that's what it takes. So have to, what's most urgent? Need to, I know these things are going to require some attention, but I don't maybe have to do them today. Maybe I could do one piece of it today. And then the want to. The want to piece about having a business and a life that I want to have. So I have a little something for you. It's my 40 tips for beating overwhelm. If this is something that you would like, put down in the comments, I need this. If you feel like you have too much on your plate, if you consistently find yourself procrastinating, if you really want to find out how you can beat down overwhelm and to have a business and a life you love, please grab this great little tool. I'll send it to you. It's free. It's I need this. Put it down into the comments. And then I have one more thing for you today before I leave you. I'm going to put a link down so that you can join my group From Survive to Thrive. My business name is Business Beyond the Shoebox. The reason I have that name is because so many entrepreneurs start their businesses, they love what they're doing, but they're not taking care of all of the pieces that a business needs to take care of. And so they really want to grow, they want to make a difference, but they want to get their business out of the shoebox. So if you'd like to learn more, always be engaged with a group that is motivated, entrepreneurs that love what they're doing and that are looking to make a difference in the world. Please join my group. Again, the link is down in the comments box for you. It's Business Beyond the Shoebox, From Survive to Thrive. And that's it for today. I like to make this stuff quick, make it easy. You've got a lot to do. I'm hoping that this will really give you some tools that you can use every single day to make overwhelm something that doesn't stop you in your tracks, that allows you to say, I've got this, because frankly, you do. You can do this. So thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate the opportunity to share with you. I hope you found something useful. This is ultimately what I want to do for business owners. I want to give them these tips and tactics that make having a business and a life that they love something that they can do, because they can. You've got this. Go out there and have it all. Thank you so much for your time today. Have a great day.